What is up, you guys? It is your boy Cyrus Obsidian here to bring you another local diaries. So for the past couple weeks, we have been piloting one of our new favorite decks, Rescue Ace, and we've had some pendulum decks on Saturdays, but we're going to let that be. For today, we're going to change things up. I have a lot of decks sitting on my shelf over there, and I haven't given them as much love as I thought I would like to give. So for today, we're pulling off probably one of my other faves that I had picked up last year in the meta, and we are going to be trying out Scareclaw. So I have a lot of decks. Again, I let the boys decide what I was going to play today. Each deck was assigned a random number, and I let the boys choose. They chose number 2. So here we are with Scareclaw. So let me show you the deck profile, and then we're going to head on out to our locals. Alright, so let me show you the profile for Scareclaw. So it'll look probably a little standard to what some Scareclaw profiles are already playing. We're playing triple right card, pretty much triple of almost every Scareclaw name, since we want to have the Scareclaws. And then we play the 1 Scareclaw Kashtira and 1 Vsauce Starfrost for the deck. Figured play all 3 of the names so you can open into them. You know, that's 3, 6, 9, 12 names, and then you get 14 with Vsauce and the Scareclaw Kashtira. And we're playing just 2 printed planet Recphobias. Figured that's probably like a good, rather than playing 3, just play 2. Play 2 Arrival and then 1 Defaming for our Scareclaw spells. I thought about playing the traps, but I am actually playing them on the side, so that way I can play something else in its place, and then we do have the runs Rodix, search out the right card. So the other thing that we're playing in its place is the adventure package, so the triple water enchantress, 1 illegal knight, the triple griffin, the 1 griffin, triple right, the 1 faithful, and the 1 Draco back. Figured playing it like this. Sure, we're not playing the Fenrir package or hand traps with supplementing Scareclaw traps. So we are playing the Adventure Engine, which is, I know it's been played before, so I just wanted to try it out. I figure the Adventure Engine being as cheap as it is, and especially with Scareclaw reprints in the Megatin, you know, this is a very, very budget profile to play. And then for some closeout cards, just triple Ash, triple Valor, triple X-Seed, and then the one Called by the Grave. So I wanted to try out the Baguska, so being able to go Baguska, Tri-Heart, and passing on that. If we can pull that off, that's pretty incredible in my opinion. That's why we play the Parallel X-Seed and then Ash and the Valor, just good hand traps in my opinion for the deck. Then we play the extra deck. We do play 1 Vicious Australoud, which I think is a really good, just fusing to it, banishing pop. Then we play the 1 Baron. These Barons are really great, especially with Vsauce and the right card. You can also use the Adventure Token if you really need to. Then for our deck seeds, we play Dweller and Baguska. With not a lot of graveyard stuff, the Dweller might be taken out for another rank 4 or maybe some more link plays. Then we play triple Lightheart, 1 Donner, 1 Dark, 1 Asa, triple Tri-Heart, 1 Zero-Boros, and then 1 Underworld Goddess. I feel like these are the good, just kind of closer cards. Most of the time you are just using these cards. These are just supplemental that can just kind of fill the deck a little bit more if you're playing into the grind game. But again, we'll see how this plays out for today. And then for our side deck, with the experience that I have playing in the meta right now, and especially at my locals particularly, I think these are really good. Playing double Nibiru, just because there aren't decks at my locals that are respecting Nibiru, so we can play Nibiru and get away with it. 2 copies of Triple Text Talent. Talent is just a really good card in general, and then we do follow it up with 2 Lightning Storm, for those back row decks. And then triple dark hole, just to kind of nuke the board, which is what we want. We want to be able to just get rid of our opponent's board if they've set one. And then we then close with a straddle, triple evenly, one splash, one twin saw. So just to keep the deck at 40, that's the reason why I'm not maining these. If I were maining, it'd be 43, then we'd have 3 more slots for the extra deck, or for the side deck. So we decided to put these in the side because they might come up, might take out the adventure engine and put it something. We might take the X seeds out, and we can put these 3. There's a lot that you can do with this. The deck is very modular, and again, the main deck itself is pretty budget. As for the extra and the side, there are things that you can get rid of to be more on a budget. Like you can drop a Baron for a Chen Ying. I think that pretty much is the only card that's really that expensive. Vishas might be somewhere still around $10, but it has been a while since I've looked, so it might be lower since Vanadium really hasn't been seen tops at events. And then Nibiru is pretty budget. The talents you can definitely supplement out for Raigeki's Harpy, another trap of your choice. Same thing goes with Lightning Storm, just drop Cosmics. Dark Holes are budget. Straddle evenly. If you can't afford the evenlies, then you can definitely play something else in its place. But yeah, that is my profile for our locals today. So let's see how Scareclaw can do. Sure, we'll make improvements along the way. Because of the Mega Tins, you can play the Fender engine, which is just pretty much playing triple Fender. And it gets you a better search into the Scareclaw Kashtira if you need to, rather than using the Tri-Heart. You can search for follow-up. But without further ado, let's head on over to locals and see how we can do with Scareclaw. What is up, you guys? So, sorry for being late to recording, but we are at the last 50 seconds of round 3, so we're going to do speed running here. So round 1, playing Scareclaw, I made some changes. So I was able to acquire 3 Fenrirs, and I am putting 3 Fenrirs. I put 3 Fenrirs in, so I took out 1 X-Seed, the Illegal Knight, and then there was, I think, Balone is what I had taken out of the deck, so I could play the triple Fenrirs in the main board. So thanks to the homie for hooking me up, for letting me borrow them. So. But round 1 we play against Crystal Beast, and we kind of just swept there, 2-0. Game 1 was just oppressive. I broke his board, going Baron, Vicious, Swamper game. Game 2 was a little bit more back and forth, but I still managed to break the board and go for game. Round 2 we play against Unchained, YCS deck, and it was a little struggle. Game 1 took the victory. Game 2 I did, and then game 3 we win at a time where I had gone over and was able to deal some sort of damage, so he ended up losing. I moved forward. Round 3 we play against Salamangreat, and that was a grind. I ended up losing in round 3, or game 3, to Salamangreat. They just drolled me every game. And if you play Scareclaw, you know that you need you need to search after the field spell. And I just did not have the gas to push through, did not have the call by, venture package to stop it. So we ended up taking the loss. So let's see what round 4 brings, and hopefully we can at least get into the top tables. Not undefeated though, so that's unfortunate. So stay tuned, Jules, and we'll see what happens from here. What is up, you guys? So round 4 is over. Tournament is over. I ended up losing against Rikusan Avalon, or Plant Turbo, whatever you want to call it. Games 1 and 2 just were rough. Should have gotten rid of the Concom. That was on me. But I got some helpful hints on how to improve Scareclaw, assuming I'm wanting to fire the deck again, which most likely. And so we'll be making some edits, getting some new cards in, and we'll see what we can do with it. So we ended up taking 7th place tonight. Not too bad, could have been better. I guess people were kind of surprised I wasn't piloting Rescue Ace. But hey, sometimes you gotta give the deck a break, really appreciate it. So that is it, you guys. If you like the content, like and subscribe. share with a friend. And hey, we'll catch you in the next one, duelists.